Hey Wildcats, welcome back to Wildcat TV on Comcast 15. I'm Ash.
And I'm Kaylin. We've teamed up with our ROTC to make an episode to honor our veterans and celebrate Veterans Day. Let's go to Tim and Zoe to learn more.
Hey Wildcats, it's Zoe. Today I'm at the Pink Hill Park Veterans Day Memorial Statue, and I'm going to tell you guys a few important dates dedicated to our veterans. February 14th, National Salute to Veteran Patients. A full week of paying tribute and appreciation to veterans in your area. March 25th, Medal of Honor Day. A day dedicated to those who have gone above and beyond the call of duty and are rewarded with a medal. March 29, National Vietnam War Veterans Day. A day to thank and honor our nation's Vietnam veterans and families for all their sacrifice and services. The month of April is Military Child Month, a time to honor our military families for all their sacrifices worldwide. The month of May is National Military Appreciation Month, which honors the current and former members of the U.S. Armed Forces. The last Monday of May is Memorial Day, a day that commemorates the men and women who have died while in military services. June 14th, U.S. Flag Day, a day when the U.S. adopted the Stars and Stripes as the official flag of the U.S. July 4th, Independence Day, a day when the U.S. laid down their claim to be a free and independent country while adopting the Declaration of Independence. August 7th, Purple Heart Day, a time for Americans to honor the men and women who have either been wounded or paid ultimate sacrifices. And Tim is going to tell you about November 11th, Veterans Day. Hey Tim!
Thanks, Zoe. We all know the basics about Veterans Day, like the fact that it's on November 11th and that it's a day to celebrate U.S. veterans and war victims. But here's some things you might not have known. Veterans Day is on November 11th because that's the day World War I ended. The first Veterans Day was in 1919, but before it was called Veterans Day, it was called Armistice Day. Because of lobbying veteran service organizations, the name was changed to Veterans Day in 1954. The Veterans Day National Committee meets several times a year to plan activities and events that honor U.S. veterans. They also focus on Veterans Day education and make a National Veterans Day poster every year. Other events you can expect today would be a wreath-laying ceremony at the Tomb of Unknowns in the Arlington National Cemetery and an annual parade held in Birmingham, Alabama. The United States isn't the only country that has days honoring their vets. France, Britain, Australia, and Canada have a day near or on November 11th for their veterans. Signing off for Wildcat TV, I'm Tim Schweitzer.
Wow, thanks guys. I feel like I understand the holiday a lot more now. I'm here with Cadet Major Blake Coyner.
Not only are we recognizing the veterans, we are also recognizing their families. We understand having a family member in the military is very challenging.
Let's go to Iceland to hear more about our Wildcat family's experiences.
Hello, my name is Jordan Jones.
I'm Caitlin Johnson.
I'm Mia McCoy.
Jennifer Wilson.
Joe Cusack.
My father is currently serving in the U.S. Army. He's been going on for about 20 plus years.
And my brother, Colby Johnson, is in the Marines, and he's been in it for 2 years.
I served in the U.S. Navy from January 11th, 1983 to October the 10th, 1988. 5 years and 9 months to be exact.
My mom was in the Air Force for 21 years.
I was in the Air National Guard.
At the time when I did realize that he's in the military and he had to go out and actually risk his life, I was really scared. I didn't know anything could happen.
Well, as a kid, I never really understood the military. I always thought she moved away from us because she didn't like us. I thought something was wrong. I knew she was overseas, just doing her thing.
When you're a young guy out there, I don't know that you necessarily take the total depth of knowledge of what you're doing for your country or what you've sacrificed by giving up your time to do that voluntarily.
It's hard on me and my mom and my dad and my extended family too, because he's my only sibling, and it's he's my best friend and my brother. It's hard dealing with not seeing him every day like I used to.
This goes to all other fellow military dependents out there. So I just say spend as much time as you can with your friends as possible, because there's tomorrow doesn't promise anything. There's no guarantee that you'll be seeing them anymore. Veterans Day to me, it hits close to home, and I just honor all veterans that go out there and just risk everything they have fighting for people that they don't even know but are still a part of the same country and nationality as them, and mad respect to that. That takes a lot of guts.
Veterans Day, I think, is honoring those who serve our country, those who did, those who do and those who will.
Yeah, I think it's just a way to remember the people that have served. And I think about my grandfather, who did World War II, and then my dad who was in Vietnam and all that kind of stuff.
Veterans Day means to me and my family a day to celebrate the ones that have passed or are currently serving or already have served, to celebrate them and all their accomplishments and everything they do. And what we usually do is we'll go out to eat and we'll visit like my great-grandpa's grave, and we'll FaceTime my brother and tell him Happy Veterans Day and hope he has a great day because it's for him.
I take a lot of pride in the fact that I served for my country. As a veteran, really what I was there doing when I was in the Navy is you're in a position to protect your country, to protect the people of your country. I'm not really a fan of war myself, and as a teacher and educator of young people, I never like to see young people getting sent off to countries where there's a chance they might not return home. I have the utmost respect for those young men and women that serve our country. I always will, and I always like to think that in our country we can find ways to keep people safe, including people that serve in the military.
Thanks, Aislinn, and thank you all for sharing your stories.
Stick around through this commercial break so you can hear about a great place to go to commemorate Veterans Day.
Hey Wildcats, this is Brandon Jackley, the owner of Chick-fil-A in Blue Springs. We want to invite you out every day after school so you can get your favorite Chick-fil-A treat. And don't forget, it's a great day to be a Wildcat.
Join Big Frog Custom T-shirts as they Celebrate the Future Leaders T-shirt Scholarship Program. Here's how it works. Now through March 31st, 2020, each time you order custom-made shirts for Blue Springs schools, clubs, and associations, 10% of the total purchase will help fund grants and scholarships distributed through the Blue Springs Education Foundation. It's a win-win situation. Design your own T-shirt at the area's largest selection of styles and colors, and 10% of the cost goes right back into the Blue Springs Education Foundation. For more information, contact Big Frog at 816-795-1115 or stop by and check out the big store. Big Frog Custom T-shirts, located just off I-70 in Independence.
Welcome back. I'm now joined by Cadet Captain Braxton Wabnum.
Now that we've learned more about the holiday, let's head to Kansas City with Sky and Mariah to learn more about the World War I Memorial and the history behind it.
In 1926, 100,000 citizens stood right here to celebrate the opening of the Liberty Memorial. Kansas City residents raised more than $2.5 million to fund this, which is about $34 million in today's money. This memorial has since served as a symbol of the peace and liberty that we have gained. In 1998, Kansas Cityans once again voiced their support for this cause and created an addition to this museum. The World War I Museum in Kansas City now holds the most documents and artifacts in the entire world. As soon as you walk into the museum, you won't be able to miss the gorgeous buddy poppies displayed in the walkway below. Each poppy in the field of 9,000 represents 1,000 lives lost in the war.
There is so much to see here that it's hard to really boil it down, but the key takeaway that we want people to have when you visit the National World War I Museum and Memorial is to understand how important World War I is and how it continues to affect us to this very day. The tank is an invention of World War I. Airplanes in combat largely begins in World War I. There are so many things that stem from World War I that affect the way we live our lives every single day, and that's really the key takeaway that we want people to have when they visit the National World War I Museum and Memorial. This really was a museum and memorial that was built by Kansas Cityans, and it really can't be overstated how unique that is.
Today we stand here on the 95th anniversary of the Liberty Memorial's dedication. And if you live in Kansas City and you haven't been here yet, you're definitely missing out because this is a great place to get a lot of information.
Thank you again to Mike Vietti for giving us a little bit of a tour and letting us interview you. Signing off for Wildcat TV, I'm Mariah Lawrence.
And I'm Sky Sherwood.
Thanks, guys. Here a little bit closer to home, we have many brave men and women who have served.
Let's go to Elise to hear about our local veterans' time while serving.
Hey Wildcats, it's Elise. Last week I got the chance to go to Benton House of Blue Springs and the greater chance to sit down and talk to Sterling South.
My name is Leon Sterling South. I served in the Navy 4 years. In the Navy, the things I did do, I went through boot camp there in San Diego. Then I went to mechanical school. I was on the top of the class, so I got to choose shore duty. My wife was with me, and we lived there in San Diego for about 2.5 years. I shipped out on an LST through Korea, and I was still at the tail end of Korean War, and was over there for 1 full year, and then returned back. I was drafted in the Army. I got my nose to leave for the Army. As soon as I got it, I went down the next day and enlisted in the Navy. I enjoyed the Navy, yes. Some things wasn't so sweet and nice, but you gotta make life what it is.
I also got the pleasurable chance to talk to Millie Halderman and see what her experience was like in the Navy as well.
Hi, this is Millie Halderman. I joined the Navy in 1953 when I was 18. And I stayed in the Navy until I got married to Ron, and he was in the Navy. I was born and raised in Pennsylvania. When I graduated from high school, there was absolutely nothing to do except work in a factory that made slips, and that wasn't for me. So as soon as I turned 18, I saw a Navy recruiter and took the test. He came to the house and got my mother's written permission. And a few days later, I was on my way to Maryland. I stayed in the Navy for 11.5 years. At that time, the women in the service, they just stayed right near administrative abilities. And that's what I did. And I stayed on that until I went to recruiting school. And after that, that was the news. We're going to celebrate Veterans Day. Yes, it's a wonderful day for us.
Well, not only did I learn a lot about Millie and Sterling, but I learned a lot about the Navy as well. And I just wanted to take the time to thank Millie and Sterling for sitting down and talking to me. And thank you to all the veterans who are out there still serving us today. Signing off for Wildcat TV, it's Elise.
Thank you for sharing your experiences. It's greatly appreciated.
As you're watching this, our Senate has put together a lunch for our local veterans on campus. Let's go to Hannah for more information.
Hi Wildcats, I'm here with Jerry Cole who served in the Army, and I'm going to ask him a couple questions. So what branch did you serve in? What'd you do?
Army, and I was drafted during the Korean conflict.
What is your favorite memory?
Favorite memory?
Yeah.
That it's all over with. I was sent to Germany.
Germany?
And I spent about 6 months there.
Okay.
And I toured quite a bit of Germany. I learned quite a bit. I was at Dachau, where they cremated all the Jews and so forth. And then I was in a tank outfit, and they ran maneuvers all around. So I saw quite a bit of Germany.
So what does it mean to you to get honored and thank you for what you have done?
Well, it's appreciative, and it makes you feel good and notice and all that. Yes, it's very good.
Senate is putting on a lunch today during Wildcat Hour, and so if you see veterans in the hallway, make sure to thank them. I'm Hannah Young, signing off for Wildcat TV.
Thanks, Hannah. Up next, you'll hear about an organization that helps homeless veterans.
We'll see you after commercial break.
Scout Coffee is located in downtown Blue Springs on Main Street. They serve all types of coffee, tea, kombucha, and Polly's Pops. They also have seasonal flavors such as pumpkin and snickerdoodle lattes, as well as apple cider. Scout Coffee offers a discount to all BSSD students and staff when they show their IDs. Go like them on Facebook at Scout Coffee or on Instagram at Scout Coffee KC for updates, offers, or new promotions. Scout out a great time with good coffee.
Hey Wildcats, Matt Mitchell down at Culver's. Time for another school year. Back to school we go, back to Culver's we go. Come on in for your favorite delicious Butterburger, frozen custard, all the awesome things you can't get anywhere else, sometimes like cheese curds. If you've never tried them, little pieces of yellow and white cheddar cheese spreaded and fried. Oh my gosh, I'm hungry now. Are you guys hungry? Come on in, see us. Our awesome friendly staff will be waiting for you. Come in, get your best delicious treat. Maybe it's frozen custard, you know, butterscotch and Heath, or caramel, or strawberry banana, whatever flavor you love. Come see us at Culver's. We're gonna make it just for you.
Welcome back. I'm joined with Cadet First Lieutenant Adria Emmert.
Over 37,000 veterans are experiencing homelessness. Tiny Homes is an organization that provides shelter for our veterans.
Let's go to Kenzie to see how we can help.
Hey Wildcats, I'm outside the Veteran Community Center in Kansas City, Missouri, the creator and sponsor of Tiny Homes KC, and I'm here to tell you about what they do for veterans in the Kansas City area. Tiny Homes was created by Veterans Community Project, or VCP. They started in 2015 by a few combat veterans. It is based in downtown Kansas City, and their main goal is to end veteran homelessness and create a less confusing and easier way for veterans to get the help they need. These houses were created to get veterans off the street and into a place that will help them get back on their feet. VCP Village is located at 89th and Troost Avenue in Kansas City, Missouri. It is a transitional housing community consisting of 49 tiny homes. The homes range in size from 240 to 320 square feet. When building these homes, approximately 70% of the construction is performed by community volunteers. Veteran Community Project also has so many other resources to get veterans the help they need, including Ride KC Veteran Passes, which gives unlimited rides to KC metro area buses, food pantry boxes, hygiene kits, snack bags, housing referrals, financial counseling, discharge upgrades, assistance with VA benefits, clothing resources, mental and physical health referrals, legal assistance referrals, and employment supports. With cold weather approaching, they are also looking for more donations. With more information, you can go to veterancommunityproject.org. We are thankful for all they do for our veterans in our community. Signing off for Wildcat TV, I'm Kenzie Peterman.
Thank you, Kenzie. And now we want to say a big thank you to all of our service members, past, present, and future. What do you think of when you hear Veterans Day?
When I think of Veterans Day, I think of honoring all of the men and women who have served our country in one way or another.
I think that when I hear Veterans Day, I think that it means for everybody who's served our country and how much that we should respect them and honor them.
I think of those who have fought for this country and who protected my family and friends.
Wise people that have seen more than us.
America.
I think of the flag and I think of my older brother.
Troops.
I think of a day to honor the people who were served in the military.
If you could describe a veteran in one word, what would it be?
I think my word would be hero.
I would use the word selflessness.
Honorary.
Brave.
Extremely courageous. Probably selfless.
Tough. Very tough.
If you could say something to a veteran, what would you say?
I would say thank you for serving our country and yeah.
Thank you for protecting everybody I know.
I would say thank you for all of your service.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
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 Thank you again from Wildcat TV and the rest of Blue Springs High School. Your service and sacrifices will never go unrecognized. And remember,
it's a great day to be an American.